Mosh mosh.
He said, what? He said nothing to see. I'm like, okay. Then he show his, Allah, you got tell lah. You know,
He show his one He compare with his one
Because lah, he's so big.
His one of course he did pumping for quite a while You baru like really going to start
No lah, he only got long time.
Yeah, because over the years, on and off he do. Of course, when he does, he show God one. You know, so he playing a fool.
No, last time never do any exercise one.
No, not last time.
This also he got it from church one.
Yeah lah. Even recently, like last year also on and off, he do pump workout. Then after he'll stop. Then after he'll count his pumping and all that
No, but that one he really got muscle before even. So the muscle just stay there.
Yeah lah. Never do anything much it just stays there.
The muscle is there all the while.
Yeah lah.
People never continue
But he's not because he still carry things He still does a lot of carrying, but just not.
Match found.
So the foundation will still be there one. Yours also got foundation, but not as of course lah, less. He naughty lah you. Your husband.
I'm quite happy with mine.
That's why I tell you because your abdomen's area also I can see is reducing. The fupa area also is reducing. It's not as bad. I remember last time you showed me it was bad. Yeah, that one was memang bad. Now can see memang reduced already. Can see the fupa is reducing already now. It's really can see your frame that pecs punya frame can see the framework already. It's really
I will definitely become more skinny a bit one because of the muscle
firm up So the abdominal area, all the fupa area, right? All the fupa area will turn into firm up, and then you can see it. You can see your framework of your pecs area after. After this, I tell you, double dose hot mama.
Let's keep calling me Japanese name. I'm very confused.
Sakura. I thought Sakura, right?
No, you look at my Instagram punya the main one, he calling me that name now.
Main one. You can post anything in the main, meh?
Bio.
Oh, bio. Okay, jap.
Then I went to Google, there's a anime person.
Yukimoto Sakura. Wow, let's go watch anime one where scare me, sia.
It look like me a bit I did cut my hair short already.
Wait, let me go see.
I dye my hair black.
Yukimoto Sakura is the full name Yukimoto Sakura.
Actually, he called me the other way, Sakura Yukimoto.
Hey, sia, look like you, sia. This anime character look like you.
Yeah, look like me.
She said, let's go watch anime one. Scare me. Hey, what the hell?
No. He also don't know. He just said, I like this name. I call you that.
But then it's really an anime character of a girl, some more. 160 cm. Height.
I'm not 150 lah.
You 155.
Not that far lah, okay lah.
But still okay. Hey, but Xiao, looks like you, Xiao. Hey, Adeline, nonsense. What wishcraft is this?
It's decided.
I don't know.
They're ready and I
If you ask them, where he got their name,
No,
he don't know. Just like the name.
Don't tell me he dreamt about it, coincidentally he drank about it.
I had no idea, man. Then I went to Google the name, he got my name, man.
Hey, but damn cute, sia. Sakura Yukimoto, she looks damn cute. Yukimoto Sakura. Like the real life lah, what to do, Ujung Pasir got one already.
No, my one look here.
Yours is Yukimoto Sakura Melaka version lah. It's a Japanese version. Nihongo desu, Nihongo.
I Dia dekat my headshot.
Nihongo desu, Nihongo. Oh
Dia tu
man.
like ni yang dia like, wait, this picture look like me here.
Siao sia. Really look at you. The heck? Power are you? How the heck, man? I'm surprised.
Last player
From
standing.
But this one got
Spike down B.
it's okay, I want to cut.
Fringe is your those days one ah.
Yeah, I don't look very nice in Fringe.
Who knows now it'll be different? Who knows now it'll look different now? It look more cuter now.
Oh my. Yeah, all the girls are keeping long hair.
Yeah. The thing is, I think for you any hair should jalan lah. But I like how the development of that is happening. From calling you Sakura as like renewal, then now Yukimoto Sakura.
Cutting through.
Who's this character?
Cutting their vision.
Photo.
Press down. Last player
Wait, let me
standing.
find.
Spike down B.
I've got the spike.
Wait ah. Yukimoto Sakura is
Their lives are so meaningless.
it's a novel. It's from a novel. The name of the anime is called. Where's the anime name?
Need a drop.
From which anime?
Thank you.
Yoru.
Embarrass them.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
I just want character.
it's from the anime called Shinsui. Shinsui Tantai.
No, that's not important. I just want to know what's the character.
You're
Oh, what's the character? Let's see. Didn't say much though, the characteristic wise. Okay, let me maybe not find it. Oh, character found. Character. Has 23. Not much, yeah. Wait, let me find.
I don't. She's not. I'm really good. She's not that popular.
Not widely, not, yeah.
Our carrier's dead.
Okay, personality,
Spike down mid.
she is
Bri.
kind,
Come
loner,
on, Bri.
mysterious,
Where are
smart,
you, Bri?
tensitan. Physically able to speak but prefer to
30
remain silent
seconds
because of her serious and sullen personality of mental affliction. Tensitan. No, that's a new word.
Last player standing.
That's not bad.
Chill, man.
10 seconds left. Last round before the switch. Need a drop. Thank you.
Reloading. Back soon.
I'll handle this. Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A. Plant the spike. Plant the spike. Camera taken out. Deleted. My ultimate is ready.
Fake teleport. Cutting through. Reload you. Plant the spike.
My ult ready.
Give me a corpse.
Yeah.
Not buried. Someone.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted A.
Here.
Last player standing. Clutch. Switching sides. Match point.
Don't stop fighting. You must keep going.
Even if you're the only one.
Sorry, sorry.
Hit them back.
Camera taken out.
A.
Spike planted. Last player standing. Attackers win.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Match found.
Stand in my way. I dare you.
There is no retreat. Not when annihilation is at stake. This is our day.
Watching here. Concussing! Flash out! Reloading.
Enemy spotted A.
Last player standing.
You're done. Time to jump.
Spike planted.
Please stay alive. I hate making new friends.
Yes, man.
Time to jump.
Revealing area.
Smoke's down. My ult's ready.
There. Going C. Enemy C.
Forever! Reloading.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted C.
Got you.
Now we're cooking.
Enemies!
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose! Last player standing.
Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do.
Gotta go!
At your command, Brimstone.
Fully smoked.
Scanning ahead.
Concussing! Molly!
Enemy spotted A.
Blinding! Flash out! Dead.
One enemy remaining.
Not shot.
Last round in the half.
Save nothing.
Go, go, go!
Let us hunt.
Enemy spotted. C.
Spike planted. Will be one enemy remaining.
Cutting through.
Launching smoke. Spotted
Switching
C.
sides.
I'm gonna run my fist through that omen's face. Can you even punch a ghost? Who cares? I'm doing it.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Go, go, Brim, Brim, Brim. Go, 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 go.
I need a drop.
Don't follow me, don't follow me.
Scanning ahead.
C. Flash out.
Gotta go.
Enemy spotted C.
Go, go, go.
Go away.
Our carrier's dead.
Spike down A.
Pitiful. Weak. Trevor!
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
I got spike.
Clutch.
Zucko better watch their backs.
I'll show them. Lintik kayo.
Enemy spotted C.
Reloading.
Enemy B. Reloading.
Revealing area.
My ult's ready.
Reloading. Smoke's down.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy C.
Watch out. That was their best, diba? Not impressed.
The dimensional fabric here is thin. I'll tear through.
Go, go, go.
Execute A. I got alt.
know what to do. Volley smoke. Volley.
Ult's ready.
Stim beacon down. Decoy.
Enemy spotted A. My ult's ready. Spike. I'll handle this. Enemy spotted A.
うるせえんだよ。
The hunt begins.
Coming through! I'm out of here!
I got the spike.
Last player standing.
Time to jump.
30 seconds left.
Spike planted. Fake teleport.
A. Match point.
Drink some water, reload your mags, and let's get back out there.
Reloading.
This is very serious for me. It's very serious. Why is it serious? You know my
Reloading.
life with this person.
Track them down.
Time to Trevor.
Revealing area.
Got the spike.
Take flight.
Blinding.
Enemy high. Multiple enemies.
You want to play? Let's play.
Volley.
Last
Spike
player
down.
standing. Spike down. C.
Bye, monsieur. Take this!
One enemy remaining.
This way! Here we go!
30 seconds left.
I got Spike. I'm out of here. Out of charges.
Sudden death.
Never show weakness. Ever. Going A. Smoke's down.
Careful here.
Concussing!
Reloading.
Gotcha.
Reloading.
Gotta go.
Flash out!
Enemy A.
Reload.
And
Decoy.
Scanning
Right
ahead.
planet.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Attackers win.
Think they can kill a god? Call me when the world ends again. I'd hate to miss it.
To hear this.
Match found. agent.
Stand in my way. How dare you?
What type of key opens a banana? Actually think about it. Actually.
No, I can't. Cause you. Is this like I don't know? You open a when you open a banana. Are we talking about peeling a banana?
What type of key opens a banana?
Tell me, what's the type of key?
A monkey. What type of key opens a banana?
I know this movie.
I will sleep. I will sleep better. The days against before playing against Liverpool always was almost a nightmare.
So,
Of course,
Sage,
it's amazing.
when are you going to teach me how to revive people, huh? Jet, you.
Games,
That's
I feel
Not how radiance works.
sitting with
Oh, I see. You're joking.
something
Hilarious.
cannot define our. Back off. Fuck my life. Fuck this. Fuck off.
Oh, not this high.
Fucking cunts.
He normally just lands.
Holy shit. Okay. Please, this guy. Back off. Fuck my life. Fuck this. Fuck off.
Oh, not this high.
Fucking cunts.
He normally just lands.
Holy shit. Okay. Please, this guy. Back off. Fuck my life.
Reloading.
Fuck this.
Spike planted.
Fucking cunts.
Multiple enemies hit.
Holy shit. Okay. Back off. Fuck my life.
Last player standing.
Fuck this. Fuck off. Fucking cunt. One of these ladies your face.
We're the perfect pair. You keep lying.
I take it.
Keep it in the family. Keep it in the family. I mean, it's nice to bring your family. I brought my mom. I brought my mom with me. Hillary. How is Hillary? Hillary, she's good. It's weird that you know her name. She's over there, probably drunk and self a Rod Stewart. No, Harry, sit down. Joe, what is this? Apple juice?
I'm ready.
Oh God, that's tequila. Okay. Thank you very much. That is literally neat tequila. He has got off freedoms. Enjoy the top of the plate. When we leave these ladies, your
Concussing!
sister. Oh God. Okay, sorry. No, look, that's great. Keep it in the family. Oh, keep it in the family.
Blinding.
It's nice. Bring your family. I brought my mom.
Last player standing.
How is Hillary? Hillary, she's good. It's weird that you know her name. She's over there, probably drunk as hell for Rod Stewart. No, Harry! Do you know that it's really
Spike planted.
nice guy?
Long.
Their Jet has nothing on me. I got her.
They were nice.
Hammer!
Enemy spotted A.
That's not ready. Flash out! Blinding!
Spike planted.
Cover going out.
Cutting their vision.
Enemy spotted A.
Still in sight.
Reloading.
Last player standing. My city needs me. I can't be away for long. Let's end this quickly. They forget their place.
Concussing! Cover going out.
Spike planted. Cutting their vision. Last player standing.
I feel the strain. Block it out, Omen.
She wants me. Watch this.
Kingdom.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Reyna, I think I'm in love!
Welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for this All-Premier League Emirates FA Cup fourth round
Get
tie.
out of my
the
way.
current holders Manchester City lock horns with Tottenham for what we hope will be another classic encounter in this historic competition. A tie that stirs so many memories. An epic comeback, Manchester City's last enjoyable one 20 years ago. Knit things together really neatly.
Spike
Walker
down
on the
A.
charge. Doggy lost his footing.
One enemy remaining.
And Tottenham pay a price for it. Or is-
Reloading.
You're not being shot at, you're doing something wrong.
Can someone get this? Thank you.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
My ultimate is ready. Many enemies spotted. You were a boulder. I am a mountain.
The symphony of death. Don't worry, you get used to it. Need a drop.
Need a drop. Thanks.
Behind me.
Enemy spotted A.
My ult right.
Concussing! Flash out!
One enemy remaining.
Goodbye, old friend.
Gun here. Gun here.
Just swapping in the fusion cells. Okay, my arms are good. We can go.
He slips. It's a lovely cutback from Walker. Foden with his left foot. Oh, it's a tight call, very tight call. Was Bob offside? The initial reaction is assistant gave him offside. Not quite in line. That has to be very, very close. They are satisfied that the on-field decision was indeed correct. And play will restart with a Tottenham free kick. How close that was. Three.
Enemy spotted.
Bernardo Silva. Three. Kovacic. Oscar Bob.
Cypher buried.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Kill everyone, and our job gets a whole lot easier.
I got your backs. Just, you
Need a
know,
drop.
from the front.
Chance for Alvarez. City players in that pitch here, and Alvarez brewing. And he didn't take a terrific opportunity to give Manchester City the lead. It's a really good ball played in by Bob. And then get a block here. Ball is excellent to Alvarez. And then getting across.
Concussing!
Martial, on for Doku. Your phone, what a miss! Ricardo there to Bernardo Silva.
My ult's
Ball
ready.
played in behind. Yeah, the player that has a big swing in. This is it. Straight at Ricardo, gets down well.
Reloading.
And the player!
Last player standing.
I think Ball's out. Ball's played into him. 4 touch, then he tries to play it back.
What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
To score, but I have to say, I think Van de Ven does well by getting across and block one side of
I'm
the goal.
feeling generous. Who needs a buy?
Gun here.
To go in on the goalkeeper. Once again, Diaz, Vicario. He's under big pressure and put in by Nathan Ake. City have broken the spell at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The holders have the lead.
Get out of my
That's
way!
why they're putting pressure on the goalkeeper. Offensive in the end. I don't think that Diaz does too much wrong. Watch again. Ball played into the box. Diaz is jumping for the ball. Vicario gets above him and punches it down. Nathan Ake is first to react. With the goal being given, I can't see any reason why the VAR would get him to change his decision here. The referee. Here he was, Nathan Ake. He scored against Arsenal.
Spike
Last
planted.
year in the third round, fourth round.
Enemy down.
They're not in the title race then Spurs. Meaningful quest for a trophy is over. But the holders have cleared another hurdle.
Last player standing.
Huddersfield beaten emphatically in round 3. City dominated the game almost totally without creating a series of golden chances. And Postecoglou's inquest seemingly already underway. But Manchester City march on to round 5 of the FA Cup. They have beaten Tottenham Hotspur by a goal to 0.
Last round before the switch.
One final. Efforts here on Tuesday. It's a great effort for them to do that. Three changes. Give them a chance of progressing. The tournament has been back to them recently. If you get to 3 finals and lose all 3 of them, really tough for them to take it. Some of the players went through really too many of them are still here now. So success.
Who's next?
Blinding! Spotted A.
There's something special about a Brazilian taking a free kick. Let's go range. It might not be a Brazilian, it might be the Scot. It is the Scot, John McGinn. Moreno hanging it up. Well, the header was Tielemans. He'd rather hit it too far into the good chance.
I know exactly where. Spike planted.
Expecting a shot.
Last player
And
standing.
it's into the net.
Face your fear!
Douglas Luiz was right on the line. Unai Emery showing no overt exultation, but at the other end of the ground,
Switching
they're
sides.
going crazy.
Win.
Clever.
Show me where to go.
Aston Villa.
VAR will have a look to see where
Need a
Douglas
drop.
Luiz was at the time the original shot took place.
Need a drop.
Yeah, VAR of
Needed
course
drop.
at a Premier League ground. So it will be checked, and it is being checked.
I think it's got cause for checking sometimes. It does seem a little bit irrelevant. See the replays, you see them at home. But it was where Douglas Luiz was. All ricocheted to him, but where he
No
was.
Britain.
Or was it handball when he took the ball under control?
That's
His
what we're
first
checking
touch,
now,
yeah.
yeah.
Shadows traveling.
Doesn't look it. Palms up his hand.
Blast out!
Certainly does.
That's not ready.
Any other part of his body.
Enemy spotted.
Spike planted.
Grounded.
It's on VAR duty.
Enemy kill.
Right there.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading. Gun here.
Chelsea might get a reprieve here.
They think they know pain.
They can't begin to comprehend it.
He's going to. Is he going to have a look at it, or is he just ruled it out?
I think he's ruled it out. I think Dennis Luiz knew as well.
Here's Sterling.
Spike's here.
Fernandez.
Spike's for you, Hermanita.
Trying to take it on. Manchester
Spike
done
here.
that. Madueke coming in. Good stop by Martinez. Added time.
Reloading.
With the corner.
Hadn't go with
By Sterling. To begin again by camera. Here's Diaby. Smash and grab this. Tielemans who had best chance really.
Last player
That
standing.
was a decent opportunity.
Spike
for playing
down
this
A.
talent.
One enemy remaining.
They found it difficult to break that Chelsea press. They have got the players. When they do it,
It's a mistake by Martinez, and he's got away with it. It flew actually at Palmer.
I have the spike.
Watkins did brilliantly, absolutely superbly, and it's catch.
30 seconds left.
On the Chelsea goal, very nearly finding it. Petrovic does extremely well. To play by McGinn towards
You
Zaniolo.
must fall. Then fall near me.
And that is that for all the effort, all the
Need a
athleticism,
drop.
all the technique, all the tactics.
Need a drop.
There's no breakthrough. Emi Martinez was outstanding, but George Petrovic at the other
I'm
end.
gonna save.
It could be a replay at Villa Park. Maybe tilts it Aston Villa's
You
way,
better
we'll
hide
see.
over
This is
Oh
the
my
FA Cup,
God.
you never know. Chelsea nil, Aston Villa nil.
Shadows traveling.
Go.
Blocking sight.
Enemy spotted C. Reloading. Last player standing. Spike down C.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're
Hey there, welcome back to the Transfer Show. We'll discuss Jurgen Klopp's record in the transfer market in a moment, and some record. But first, the Liverpool manager dismissed suggestions a lack of financial support from the club's owners was behind his decision to step down.
I saw the only this morning, surprisingly, when it came out, which I like a lot. It's obviously Liverpool hard, as he said. Something happened. I have my own opinion about it. And I think it is with the spending, maybe with the ownership that is
Last player
decided to
standing.
keep fighting, every single year.
I know
That
exactly
he
where
believed
you are.
he deserved in the deal. That's what I'm talking about MSG, and I can tell you because it's not nothing to do with it. So
Their backs will be towards at least
by
one of us.
this time, what I had, it would be so easy in this job to just blame the owners and say, yeah, we would have won more trophies if MSG
I'm
would have
feeling
spent more.
generous. Who needs a buy?
Was I always happy with the
I'm feeling
exact
generous.
quote
Who
exactly
needs a buy?
but it was absolutely fine.
Need a drop.
Yeah, guys, Jurgen Klopp not blaming FSG, and we can see from some of the signings that he has been back. This is Jurgen Klopp's 17th and
Get out of
final
my way.
transfer window, and more often than not, he and Liverpool
Multiple enemies.
have got it right when it comes to recruitment. Lee, as I mentioned, it's a selection of some of Jurgen Klopp's signings. Who's number one for you?
Do you know what? It's so difficult, isn't it? Just looking at that because of the calibre of player there. Mane was one of my sort of favourites, and I think what he did to get the best out of Mane as well. But just go on high standard. now at Liverpool, and I think that's just transformed down to Klopp and what he gets out of his players, because he's been remarkable.
Every time they've got Joel Matip free, Andy Robertson. Like, we started at Queen's Park,
Trust me, they'll know
£8
what
to
to
£10
do.
million. Like, the way he's developed him. I mean, yes, Virgil van Dijk costs a lot of money. Every Liverpool fan watching us now will go, worth every penny.
Yeah, it is. I think, like you say, you look at that forward there in particular, and you just think, wow. And they've got more players that we haven't even seen on there. But Mo Salah, I think you just have to look at what he's produced number-wise goals, and he's got the best out of him by a long, long stretch.
I asked you earlier in the show about, the importance of the sporting director, because in those 17 transfer windows, it doesn't seem that Liverpool have got many of those wrong. They seem to hit the jackpot with nearly every single bit of their recruitment. And that's not only just down to the managers, the recruitment team and the sporting director as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think you look at Liverpool's model, if you like, and they're not a team that go out and spend fortune with lots of players. They've got a base and they've got a structure of how they work. Structure that's always been talked about. So that's right, you have to look, and that's where you have to look
Last
at
player
what
standing.
they brought into the football club and how good it's actually been, because the players they've brought in, there hasn't been many that have really not been a hit in the football club. You'd have to quite deep to actually figure that out.
Take these arms for a spin.
And even like Origi, who was sort of a bench player who scored goals, important goals.
I need this.
No, I just think the whole package that Liverpool
Need a drop.
is going to be sadly missed, and they have to make sure that they get it right.
There's one issue Liverpool had mainly I remember being at Wembley with Spurs beat Liverpool 4-1, and then summer after. The reason why I'm saying that, I'll tell you what I'm saying. The Spurs didn't make the signing the summer after, maybe because of situations financial. They went and bought Virgil van Dijk, that guy there. Like, there's always been Liverpool sometimes in there, Rob Ballard, haven't they? Not the best of he's not one of the best goalkeepers. I think involved, and as you said, I think having a world-class goalkeeper in Alisson is just, he just sets the benchmark throughout the side. I think we always look at their forward players, don't we, and what they produce and the numbers of goals that they produce. Even Jota, he wasn't one of them players that you can think, is he going to fit in a Liverpool shirt? They see something in it.
One enemy remaining.
Producing numbers that you wouldn't expect from Jota, but this is the thing where you've got background people who are looking at numbers,
get me in the line of fire.
What they can produce, do they fit a Liverpool shirt? This is where it's top class.
And you mentioned the people in the background, but they're so important at a football club. And I keep talking about sporting director and recruitment team, but what they've done in the last summer's transfer window, it's called Liverpool 2.0 now, isn't it? Yes. And they've changed the entire midfield. So
Here, take them.
This was completely unexpected. This is very clear. Klopp mentioned that he already decided in December, end of November, beginning of December, so the conversation was already ongoing. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, on the transfer market. And today, guys, we have the big Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool at the end of the season. Why? What's next? What's the point? And also, let's jump into it together.
Remaining.
Big story, guys. Big.
Last player standing.
Announced his decision to leave Liverpool at the end of the current season. And let me start this video by saying that, first of all, that I think this is a very particular message coming from Liverpool. They look at Klopp. Many clubs around the world like to do things behind the scenes. They have a process with the manager when he decides his future. They fight each other. So maybe they arrive to December and then they part ways. In this case, it's a very nice message, I think. Positive message from Jurgen Klopp and from Liverpool. A very positive message in terms of communication, how they did it. It was a very clear message, very honest message from a fantastic guy and manager like Jurgen Klopp. So credits to both club and...
It blew up like a rocket.
This stock has surged 70% year-to-date forecasts for valuation jumping 17 times in the next 5 years.
Almost out of nowhere or overnight, this company showed up on everyone's phones. Their ads were legend, from Blackpink Cristiano Ronaldo. C Limited was not
One
just
enemy remaining.
ads, but it was
Spike
also
down
very
A.
important stock markets.
Best stocks to buy.
It quickly became the most expensive company in Singapore. More expensive than the second, third, and fourth most expensive companies combined. People kept buying, investors kept investing, and it just felt like they could do no wrong. And then it happened.
Shares are just taking a beating after earnings and revenue.
In just 2 years, their valuation dropped by not 50, but by about 90%. And C just can't seem to recover from its fall. So, what happened?
Tough day for C.
And more importantly, will it rise once more? Or is this the end? To understand this, we need to go back in time to now, before there was C Limited, there was Garena, the largest online gaming distributor in Southeast Asia. Before there was Garena, there was Forrest Li,
Chairman and CEO Forrest Li.
the founder slash CEO of Garena. Now, even though he lives in Singapore, Forrest is actually from
One
China.
enemy
And
remaining.
every once in a while, he travels with his family, and one day he decides to ask his daughter.
I asked my daughter, so what do you miss most about China? She said Taobao.
Like any good dad, he decided to actually build it, but there was one problem. Okay, maybe there were 10 problems, because there were so many freaking competitors at the time. You had Qoo10, Bukalapak, Tokopedia, Carousel, and Lazada, which was literally being backed by Alibaba themselves, the biggest e-commerce player in China.
It's the largest e-commerce platform in Southeast Asia.
Keep in mind that these guys have had 3 to 5 years of experience at this point in time. Also, many people at the time still found it hard to trust e-commerce companies, let alone a new company. It also didn't help that the ASEAN markets that they were tackling was also extremely diverse. Southeast Asia is comprised of so many countries, and they all have different wants, needs, demands. Many people thought he was crazy at the time because Forrest only ever had his first running Garena. That's sort of like trying to win the World Cup, but you've only ever played basketball before. But despite everything, Forrest, he had a plan. In fact, it was a 3-step plan.
Number one, we went straight to mobile.
The first step being a mobile first approach. Now, even though Shopee's competitors all had mobile apps before they were mostly still focusing on websites. Forrest decided to go against them.
Last player standing.
Bring the shopping experience right to where people are.
One enemy
It's
remaining.
obvious today, but back in the day, people still weren't sure if internet users were going to eventually just move to their phones to actually buy stuff. The bigger players also
30
had
seconds
a
left.
problem. They had spent so much on building websites and not mobile web teams. So making that transition is actually harder than just trying to start from scratch.
They think they're
because
better
you
than
now
us.
have to fire people, rehire new people,
Need a drop.
teach them company culture. You get the point.
And the number
Need a
two,
drop.
we chose the marketplace approach.
Unlike the traditional e-commerce model where the platform holds items, C Limited went for a different style, the marketplace approach. Think of it like a big busy market where anyone can set up a store and sell stuff. This way, instead
Through
of
the
having to
calm,
manage
I
and
see.
warehouse products
Through the
themselves,
storm,
they
I
provided a
fight.
platform for sellers to
Kategory.
connect.
And number three, so we focus on the most profitable categories.
Enemy spotted.
This is pretty straightforward, but in every single marketplace, 80% of the products are actually bought by 20% of the top buyers. And most of these products are in categories like fashion, accessories, health and beauty. Women run the economy, man.
The result has been fantastic, and Shopee just reached over $1 billion US.
So first on, let's just focus on these products. There's also actually one
Plant the spike.
One enemy remaining.
Which I'll talk about in a bit because they are not going to release that monster right now. At least not yet.
Do not fight us.
Now, a plan's great and all, but Forrest is running a marathon that he
Sudden
was
death.
late to.
They're not
So
getting the
the
message.
team
Need
had
a
to
drop.
Leave it to
work
me,
harder
I'll rough them
than
up.
everyone else. He had to work longer hours. He had to take more risks. He had to adapt faster. He simply had to run. It wasn't easy, but one by one, the competitors that used to look like giants were now falling behind. In 2017, they supercharged everything by going IPO. In other words, they started selling shares on the New York Stock Exchange.
This is a dream come true, and even at the very early days I started company, always had picture in my mind. One day I'll bring my company to list it on NYSE.
And by 2019, they were the second largest online marketplace in Southeast Asia, right behind the giant of that place. The battle for the crown was fierce. With every move that Shopee made, Lazada would counter. Shopee releases a new promotion. Lazada rolls out an even bigger one. Shopee launches a new ad campaign. There's Lazada right on their tail with another ad campaign. Lazada was doing everything they could to stop Shopee. Promotions, ads, whatever the thing is.
Last player standing. Spike down A. Defenders win.
In 2018, Lazada was restructuring their management. Alibaba, which previously owned 51% of the company, now owns around 80% of the company. And they were preparing to once and for all defeat Shopee. So they upgraded their brand, operations, and even their management to replace the old team. They were sending in special forces, aka the Alibaba management team, responsible for why Alibaba is where they are today. So it's a big deal. But there was a problem. The Chinese, they don't understand the Southeast Asian markets. Instead of a marketplace crafted with Southeast Asia in mind, it was slowly being turned into a
Match found.
Stand in my way. I dare you.
Remember, everyone, she can only suck our souls after we die. What a charming woman.
Skyrocketing. And it was around this time that they released their secret weapon, their monster, which is the fact that they were being backed by the most expensive company in China at the time.
Although Tencent is born in China, or was born in China, it's very cool. Its talent base. It's the fact that it's, I think, the best managed company in Asia.
Tencent, and more importantly, it was the tech company at the time.
We are trying to be the defining internet platform for Greater Southeast Asia.
Couple that with the fact that Sea Limited was now the fastest growing tech company in Southeast Asia, it became the next obsession for stock pickers. In 2019, it was worth about $12 per stock. By early 2020, $50 per stock. In January 2021, $200. And on November 2021, it's $350 per stock, making Sea Limited the most expensive company in Singapore. More expensive than the second, third, and fourth most expensive companies in Singapore combined, to show you how crazy this is. The second, third, and fourth companies.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Sea Limited was founded in 2009, 64 years later. Forrest Rich was the richest man in Singapore. More importantly, he gave him and his team so much confidence that they became even more aggressive with their expansion plans. They started hiring like crazy. They started moving into different unrelated businesses like shopping. And they even started moving into different locations like Brazil and Latin America, France and Europe, and many, many more places with the goal of being number 2 in every single region. Well, confidence is a good thing. Confidence is always a good thing. But overconfidence, especially when the timing isn't right, that comes with a price. The price of Sea Limited dropped by about 3 to 5%, which isn't too bad. It's happened before in the past.
First of all, that 3% drop is really a drop in the ocean.
And by January 2022, it was down by about 60%. To make matters worse, Tencent, their major backer, was breaking out by selling about $3 billion worth of shares in 2 weeks. People were freaking out. What the hell happened? What they didn't notice was that problems were starting to happen outside the business. Now, from the outside, Code was no longer considered to be so dangerous to the point where everybody should just stay at home. That meant that fewer people were playing games and fewer people were buying
Spike down A.
So investors just thought that, well, I guess it doesn't make sense to invest that much in C anymore. Maybe crypto makes more sense.
Last player standing.
Also, some investors have grown increasingly for high-growth stocks, especially about the technology sector because of worries about technology. Remember all that money making the government was doing just a while ago during peak of COVID?
30 seconds left.
Yeah, that actually led to extreme inflation. Items like eggs started doubling in price, and to stop that, they started implementing interest rate hikes, which in turn caused the economy to slow down. Now, when the economy starts to slow down, people are much less interested in tech stocks, but are instead interested in safer investments like gold and bonds. It gets worse because something super unexpected happened. Free Fire, a game by Garena, which gained over 1 billion freaking downloads, and even a music video by Justin Bieber. Something super unexpected happened. Free Fire, a game by Garena, which gained over 1 billion freaking downloads, and even a music video by Justin Bieber, suddenly got shut out from their biggest market, aka India. Losing them about 25% of their player user base. That's not like entering a game room and then realizing that 1 in 4 players suddenly disappeared overnight. That is crazy. Now, things were also looking bad from the inside. Forrest and the team got overconfident, and their aggressive expansion strategy made a lot of sense during times when easy money was. But now it's actually ending up really, really bad. They had to leave France and Europe in March 2022. They left India around that time too, and they shut down all countries in Latin America, namely Mexico, Colombia, Chile, and Argentina as well. A lot of their different ventures didn't really do that well as well. Shopee Food's market share, for example, has always consistently only been getting below 5% in terms of market share in most countries, except for Vietnam, where they somehow became the second largest player, where they own about 40% of the markets, which is pretty phenomenal. Get it? To make things worse, they
30
were actually
seconds
missing
left.
earning targets left and right, and things were getting serious. Fans.
I think the most important thing is your customers and your employees and your teams who partners.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
They needed a change or it was game over. There was no room for error, no time to be confused, and no chance they were going to watch C-Liquid go back down to 0 after so much work was put into it. Now, there wasn't much that they could do for things that were happening from the outside, but they could definitely change things from the inside. So the team started to cut spending like crazy. I feel like the word crazy is actually not even accurate or strong enough to represent what they've done. But here's what they did. In just 6 short months, they cut about 7,000 jobs, or roughly 10% of the team. No one knew if they were next. Every few days, a colleague, a friend was fired. Employees were worried at all times. Everybody kept nervously looking at each other every single week, and one by one, people were disappearing. Team morale was at an all-time low. It got so bad to the point where employee spending was tracked to the smallest details. Even food expenses are now capped at $30 a day. And the worst part, they started removing the good stuff, like free dinners and more importantly, free ice cream in some offices.
Morning, but we have some ice cream. Be careful here. Wow. What would you like?
These were all things that they were all once proud of. Things that HR would keep using to recruit their new employees, which are typically younger than the average workforce employee, to really show the team that they were really going into war. Forrest also announced that Forrest himself was going to get paid, and before they had they got
Last player standing.
by freezing salaries and cutting bonuses for most employees.
Neutralized.
All of this crazy level was nothing really necessary. Or was it all just for show? In order to answer that, we have to look at C-Liquid today. That means I had to read through all of their freaking management reports, right? I don't have it here, but the stack of papers is somewhere there. I don't know why, but yeah. And I gotta say, generally, it's actually looking okay, but something just doesn't feel very right. Because on one hand, things actually started to pick up. For example, they've finally made profits for the first time since
Hit them fast, hit them hard.
2009 at the end of 2022, and they've been making profits ever since. Also, in a remarkable turn of events, India is accepting free fire games. They haven't actually announced the date though. And more importantly, their friend who's currently working in Shopee actually told me that they have started bringing back ice cream. The cost-cutting measures are still going strong, as you can see from this Glassdoor review from a former employee on the 30th of July. As you see over here, he says that in terms of pros, it's not too bad of a culture and good working exposure, but in terms of the cons, it's got bad morale and downsizing hazard and decreasing perks. Yeah, the cost-cutting measures are still pretty strong. Now, what's weird is that despite all of these cost-cutting measures, the stock price has actually dropped lower.
The owner of Shopee, US listed shares are just taking a beating after earnings and revenue failed to impress.
So much lower that it's now 90% down from its all-time high. To make things worse, other online marketplaces are starting to enjoy income again. Like Mercado Libre, another top online
30 seconds left.
in Latin America, is actually up by 40% this year itself. Gotta be honest with you, for a while, I was really struggling to understand what was happening. I looked at everything
Spike planted.
One
enemy remaining.
The answer has always been obvious, and it can actually see
down.
this comparison. Blue line represents revenue, yellow line represents profits. The one on top has growing revenue and growing profits, a very smooth line upwards. Whereas the one at the bottom, it's messy and really just everywhere and not very consistent at all. Guess which one is seen?
So Jay, I don't even know where to start in your car emporium. But as we head into this room, for example, past a sea of Bugattis, but what are we looking at here?
Well, these are American cars from the 20s, Duesenbergs, Packard, a little bit of everything.
Where do you find them? Where do you source your cars?
Well, you know, if you're into something, there's always other people that are interested in it too. You know.
Jay, I've got to say, I've lived and worked in Los Angeles for nearly 20 years. My number one bucket list of the whole time I've been here has been to get inside your
It's not like you invite you. I invited you dozens of times. So it's not like you're like, oh no, I don't want to. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, thanks.
I gotta say, you walk in. We're gonna go on a little walk and talk with the cars later. But just to walk into this is a quite extraordinary thing. I have never seen a car collection like this anywhere in the world.
Well, there's plenty of cars.
No distraction.
I what I like. It's the one
You will not kill my allies.
theme here is an Italian cars with the Renaissance.
Spike down A.
Just things I like cars as a story. It's fun. You know, when you work your hand, just talking, you know.
Go.
You take a transmission, somebody need $80 for this. And then you want to sell. Plus, I think it makes you appreciate showbiz.
In what way?
Well, I always tell a story. I'm not going to say who it is.
30 seconds left. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
He's acting about cars. He goes home when he gets fourth row. I said, well, you know, this new Ferrari came out. What do you mean? And he went, you know, everybody just comes out. I said, get out of Beverly Hills. Get out. You have to say that publicly. I said, most people have never even seen a Ferrari. You'd be deep in the street.
Remember,
And he realized
wipe the
how
prints from your
ridiculous it
guns.
sounded, but that's what happens
It's just a
when
good
you live
crime
there. So
scene.
when you work on things, it makes you appreciate, okay.
The reality of what they actually are. This is where on the day of the Iowa caucus, which is the kickstart of the American presidential election, you've often been described as Mr. American, someone who understands both the coasts, LA, New York very well. You're obviously from New York, you've lived and worked here for many years, but you also understand Middle America and the car collection and the fact you work on cars is a blue collar thing, be it on a magnificent scale. What do you make of the state of America right now?
Well, I don't find it. I'm way more optimistic than most people. You know, you have to look at things. I think if you go back 80 years, 90 years, something like 40, 50.
Spike down B.
1%. And when I was a kid, you'd see pictures of Biafran children showing you don't really have that anymore. I'm not saying but not
Last player
mass
standing.
starvation that we used to have. So, I mean, there are a lot of good things that happen.
People are living a lot longer.
Yeah, people
a lot healthier. Yeah. There are fewer wars and so on. Well, by almost every metric, actually, this is the best time in recorded history to be alive.
I think so. I always use shark attacks as my thing because I remember one year shark attacks up 100%. 100. Oh my God! Well, there were 3 last year, and there were 6. I mean, and that's worldwide. And, you know, okay, but if you put it in those terms, oh my God, it just sounds like sharks. You kids, just get out of the pool. You know, you're just frightened at the sharks. So that's the world we live in. You know, in the old days, media used to be. You know, I always use the Rodney King thing as my. So when I got on the Letterman the first time, I go like, Dave, nice tie, Dave. You know, I get the 5 meat a sandwich. That was my favorite thing. Because Letterman, he would hook it kind of.
But you were great friends then.
Oh yeah, I'm still.
Are you still friends?
Yes, we're never.
In what sense? I mean, do you ring each other? Do you see each other?
No. But I'm loved. You know, when you're
Spike planted.
Oh, a long time ago. Yes, but I can
Go.
pick up the conversation.
10 years.
Enemy remaining.
But, you know, like Billy Crystal and I, we never had dinner. I never been in his house. I love the guy. I think he loves me.
I just did his thing at Kennedy because he's another comic.
Spike
You know,
dead. You're
when you
welcome.
start out, you don't know anybody. And then, you know, growing up in Massachusetts, I
We know
was
more
here.
than we did before.
My mom's trying to Kathy's boy wants to be a comedian. Oh, that's so he'll grow out of that. I hope he does. You know, he does those kind of comments.
Letterman said you were the funniest of them all.
Well, that's very kind of him.
He also said you were very insecure.
I don't think I'm insecure, but that's okay.
What did you feel when he said that?
Well, I like the funniest, I like the insecure, so somewhere in the middle. So I get a C. So that's okay.
What do you think of him, professionally?
I love him. You know something? When we started, we sort of met in college. Dave was sort of a nervous performer, but a great person. I mean, you could weave words together exactly in the phrase with the joke. Punchline, you know. I was kind of loud.
Gotta go.
Different voices and things like that. And Dave goes, well, how can we say this on stage? I said, man, I love the way you weave sentences together. And I think we sort of complimented each other.
Lennon and McCartney?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Spike planted.
And so when I would go on Dave,
Last player standing.
the joke would be on the way to the joke. After Dave, and I was out at the old Manson place. Oh, the Manson place today? Okay, no text and all the guys. And Leonard would start to laugh. And we would just sort of roll on that. And actually, sometimes never even get to what the joke was. And that's what was fun, just that natural flow, because I think we complimented each other. I mean, to be making Dave laugh was my greatest thing. I remember once Leonard was on the cover of Success magazine. And so I said, Dave, I saw you on the cover. And he goes, I put that down. No, Dave, did you see him? On the cover of Success. And I said, you know, Dave, I'm on a magazine. And then I pick up a bigger version called Super Success magazine. My face is on it. And then he realized, because he didn't know where the joke was going to go. He was just awkward being complimented, you know. And so it really was the compliment. Then he thought that was funny. And to me, that was the greatest time in my life because it was just comedy.
Welcome to Spike planted.
Would you love to just, like, have a long lunch or dinner with him?
The hunt begins.
I would enjoy that. I mean, fun to do what we used to do. Just
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sly Stallone, they hang out together. Having been tremendous rivals, they now hang out together. Most weeks if they're in town, they go to Cafe Roma and they just chew the fat together. And they get a lot out of it.
You're finished.
It's almost like after the war.
Well, I'm so like the way it's like.
Stop the fire.
Each come away with something.
Focusing.
Last player standing.
Now get something that we can use. Because he is one of the great comics.
I'll do my job, you do
yours. He likes
yours.
the technical aspect of writing jokes, you know. And Letterman was the same way too. Very clever, very sharp, you know, good ad-libber. No, I'm hugely a fan of Dave. You know, I was real happy because I would get the ratings and he would get the critics. And that was fine with me. Or I could have switched that at any point. I'll take critics or I'll take ratings. All right, fine. I mean, it didn't matter. I like the fact that we both were successful and we both came away with something.
What about Conan O'Brien?
I like Conan. That's another one of those weird situations that when he was at NBC, Don O'Meara was not a fan. And he said, I don't like this guy. He asked me what I thought. I said, I think he's really funny. I said, I'll tell you
You
what,
will not kill my allies.
My show. They stayed for Conan. He's got, Sean Connery, whatever it might be. So we did that every night. And that was fun. And then,
Too late.
Jeff Zucker came to me and said, Conan's people want you out. He wants the show. I go, what I hit my face. I said, well, I'm not one. Because I remember running the season. We want what's above number one.
Enemy remaining.
That is so LA.
And I said, well, what is that? What we just want? I said,
I'll be better than number one, Jay.
And to me,
Shortcut.
I always sign pay and play contracts. I never sign.
Who's
RSU people, I got a development deal. They have to pay me even
30 seconds left.
Okay, you don't want that. Pay not to work. That means they don't want you to work. They're paying not to work. So my deals are always, if you're paying me, years. So at the end of 5 years, they want to place you with Conan. And I said, I didn't have a manager. I didn't have an agent.
10 seconds left.
You really did it all yourself.
No, I do. I said, look, if they don't want you, I don't want to die of 1,000 paper cuts. You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, fine. So I'll retire. That's fine. Conan's doing fine. And then Craig Ferguson comes.
Last round in the half.
No point saving. Spend it all.
He starts with the BB award.
I need this.
Emmy nominated, and they go. And then suddenly, Jeff Snooker and I was like, oh, we make a mistake. I said, guys, I'm here. What do I do? I said, well, I've been trying to figure out what to do. They said, you want to stay on? I go, well, I'm not going to stay on. I said, so they said, we'll do a 10 o'clock show. I never thought a 10 o'clock show would work, but they said, okay, we'll pay your staff for 2 years, full benefits paid. All right, we'll try. Well, it lasted about 9 months because what you need is Law and Order and 10 o'clock drama series. It didn't work.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Half an hour. Conan takes it 12. I said, if Conan will go with that, I'll go for it. But Roth had to go. He said no. But, so then he said, all right, why don't you come
Switching
back?
sides.
All right, fine. But there was no.
We doing this or what?
Really, I mean, I've read it. Isn't the truth in the end? You didn't want to leave the Tonight Show in the first place. You were number one.
I didn't want to.
You didn't want to leave. You were put in a position where you kind of were forced to.
Yeah.
And everything else unraveled from that. You've still been blamed by a certain number of people about it all. But it seemed to me that your only crime was that you were number one in a show you loved doing.
Right. Yeah.
And you didn't want to give it up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, that was the story, wasn't it?
That was the story, yeah. But I mean, the idea that I would read these things that Leonard demanded $150 million. No. I said, they fired me. How could I demand, they have all these ridiculous things.
And isn't it true that you never used any of your money for television?
No. Nothing. I'm a comedian. I make my
Enemy
living doing
spotted.
stand-up comedy. If you get a TV show, it's not. But TV shows last either 6 weeks or 22.
So what did you do with these hundreds of millions of dollars?
Flash out!
It's still there.
Untouched.
Well, I mean, not untouched, but yeah, I live except for
Headshot.
I'd love to see you live frugally, surrounded by Spanish.
I'm still using the happy people. I mean, it's funny because I don't know.
Too late.
When I make that week, if I don't work this week, I think I'm broke.
Is that going back to the early days of comedy?
Oh, yeah.
All comedians
One
seem to have
enemy
that streak
remaining.
of them. They're terrified that one day they'll be back there.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still as hungry then?
Yeah.
Really? That's amazing. After all your success, everything you've achieved, you still have that learning aside.
Well, I mean, I like to write jokes and tell them. You like to try them out.
One of my cameras is broken.
Same joke you do over here, Slapper, Zombie Magic
Okay.
Club.
It's fine.
You said when you get paid tons of money in Vegas.
Do you think you could still be doing the Tonight Show? I mean, if everything had just been left as it was.
Well, I think at some point you realize I should have to go with Jay-Z's music, you know what I mean? I knew I was, I go, ladies, my next guest has sold more albums than Elvis and the Beatles combined. Please welcome. It's that. I never heard of the song. I don't know him. I'm meeting him for the first time. What? I mean, then I realized, okay, because,
I had two moments on the Tonight Show with you, which I will never forget. One you know about, because you said it to me, the other one you don't know about. The first one was when I was at CNN and I was taking on the NRA about the mass shooting in Sentinel. And it was getting very unpleasant, the whole thing. And you came and saw me in my dressing room for a cup of tea. You said, look, here's the deal, Pitt. The problem is, you said that you're preaching to an audience. Most of whom probably have guns, or like guns. It's a bit like if you went to Germany and told them to stop speeding on the Autobahn.
Last player standing.
And they definitely don't want to hear it from your accent. And I thought it was brilliant advice. It really made me stop and think that actually it's American culture. And for somebody from Britain to come in and start lecturing Americans about their culture, there are clear issues with the gun violence in this country which need to be sorted. But Americans need to sort that themselves. Right. It can't be down to, somebody like Mad King Charles's, can't be like something like Mad King George's your successor, right? But I remember you doing that, and I was very grateful because it put it into clear, sensible. And the other thing that you probably don't know, I did the show once with Robin Williams. We were only 2 guests. I was in my dressing room, and it was just when Susan Boyle became the biggest breakout reality talent show starring history. And I was in the dressing room with my late great manager, John, and we were sitting there. The door knocked.
Out of charges.
Came Robin Williams.
Clearing out.
And he's in character. He was half Susan Boyle, half Mrs. Doubtfire. And he did a 15-minute turn. Just impromptu.
Right there.
It was one of the funniest things I've ever watched in my life. And it was just for me and my manager. And then he went,
right there.
That was it. We were on stage, we did our bit with
Right
him,
there.
that was it. And we went off in our place. I never saw him again. But it was an introduction to real genius.
Oh, yeah, he was
Robin Williams.
when I first met him,
Last player standing.
Russian kid. And I was telling him, this kid, he's funny. You know, I didn't realize it. Wow. Yeah, so yeah, no, you know, a real
Incredibly sad what happened to him. Did you see that side? Did you see that side to him? That he...
Well, Robert was always on, whether it's the comedy clubs or wherever. Did I think that what would happen happened? Did he take his own? No, I didn't see that coming at all. I couldn't pretend that I did.
A lot of comedians, and maybe it's because they're constantly trying to make people laugh and live or die by that profession, seem to suffer from.
Well, first of all, it's a genetic flaw. It's not a flaw. I mean, we just happen to live in a time where it pays huge dividends. I mean, if this is the Crusades, who's making the soldiers laugh? That guy. Kill him! Get that guy out. Just kill him. He's making the soldiers laugh. They're taking their mind off. Just kill him. You know, so that's where we are now. It pays dividends. But yeah, the idea of wanting to get out and perform in front of people is sort of, that's a little odd. And, you know, so, yeah.
When you see people like Dave Chappelle literally being attacked on stage, their comedy, does that worry you that line has been crossed now? When people, when you saw what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock?
It makes me laugh because I used to work strip clubs. I went to this place in Atlanta. Well, there were one's called the Mine Shaft, and it was a strip club, and it is a full comedy club. They had comedians, and you want a ticket, and for $10, you got a
Last player standing. Spike down mid.
So that was no lights in the club. That was a light. So girls would be on stage because the lights are always bright. So you never saw a girl's face. And as a comedian, I'd just be standing in the dark, and it'd just be like 100 arms coming back the whole time. That kind of thing. Then I worked at a place called Rodeo Lounge that had chicken wire. So you'd be on stage telling jokes. Boom! A bottle would just bounce off the outside of it.
When you saw Will Smith slap Chris Rock at the Oscars, what went through your mind watching that?
Well, what went through my mind is somebody totally misreading the situation. How many times have you heard about a police officer sends a man on a bus and look like somebody to be attacked, the hero, you know, that, and I think you're sitting there and someone's insulting your wife. They go, I bet if I go up and smack, I could John Wilkes.
My ult's ready.
John Wilkes, the actor who shot Abraham Lincoln, and hated Lincoln and the Trevor. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna kill Lincoln, and I'm the biggest star.
Making cover.
And that was his motivation. That he could make him more famous and more powerful.
Last player standing.
No, not that. It's just the idea that, you know, that's this thing going, okay, that insults whatever. I'm gonna come there, I'm gonna slap him. So, because it's not, I don't think it's far-fetched to think that some people would see that as, hey, that's real, man. I wish my husband would do that with that guy in a bar insulting me. You know, so, okay, when's this number, Mr. President? When's the number? I like cars. Right? So I'm gonna marry somebody who's better than I am, and it keeps happening.
You never had kids, would you like to have done?
No, we just never had kids. Just never. You know, something. The 44 years went by in a heartbeat. This time, you know, I like the idea if I had a gig, she could go with me. I don't want to go to a gig and some woman there, and then come back and hear, oh, this is Jay Jr. you know, so.
Enemy B.
Do you think you'll ever stop working?
Well, if I have a stroke or something.
But only if you were incapacitated.
Enemy B.
Voluntarily stop.
Spike down
You still
B.
love the
Oh yeah.
thrill of getting a laugh.
Oh,
Is that really what you're about?
Oh yeah, I think that's the most fun thing. I mean, because it's why I travel alone. When you travel alone,
Last player standing.
famous, and you have people that do things for you. You know, I was telling the story about I have a place in Rhode Island. So I go to Rhode Island, and I always go to Joe. So one of the guys said, "Hey, it's a good place. Nicholas can go up." Oh, I'll try it. Okay, I get there. There's a line. Some third line. I get.
I hate waiting. Let's do this.
Let's go. Goes pizza. Hey, Joe, how you doing? That's what you're doing here. He goes, something wrong with our pizza? I go, no, it's fine. But what are you doing? I said, so I just make up a lie. I go, well, you know, I had a coupon. I think I'm going to try it, you know. He goes, coupon? We all agreed not to use coupon. He's using coupon. Okay, now I'm in this. Now I'm in this lie. I'll go, well, yeah, I don't have a coupon. No, you said, no.
I'm out of here.
Don't talk to him. Okay, now I'm in this stupid lie. If I had someone getting my pizza for me, that wouldn't have happened. You know, just do not have I give it $8.
Hey.
So they give me like a stack of Happy Meals.
One enemy remaining.
So, alright, I'll eat lunch at McDonald's. Yeah, so I'm in this fancy
And they try the same old tricks.
I said, well, that's fine. He goes, no, I know what you like. Let me talk to you about it. No, don't talk to me. No, just wait. Could you pull up? Come on. So I pull up, right? So then the door opens, right? So kids come over. Imagine up this line of like, normally them. Then I hear the kid go, HT Long, he's arguing about happy.
Good evening from New York. Welcome to Baseball Process. Whether we monikers Brits like to admit it or not, the President of the United States is the single most important person in the world, commanding the world's mightiest military and holding the purse strings of its biggest economy. The President could end Israel's war in Gaza with a phone call and decide if Ukraine gets the backing it needs to beat Putin. At least that's the general idea. The current Commander-in-Chief is 81, simply going on 181 for a lifetime of distinguished public service as a pragmatic politician, and in my view a thoroughly decent human being. President Biden looks increasingly unfit for service. With the President Elizabeth Klein, his re-election campaign is transitioning. You might say its pronouns are changing for our very eyes. The two most important women in President Biden's life have been sent out to jumpstart the 2024 race. Wildly unfortunately,
One enemy remaining.
said this.
We've got 10 months to go until the election. And increasingly, and you've seen it even just this week, we are all starting to narrow in on what this election will mean. And it's going to be the choice between what is about respecting our democracy, what is about competence versus chaos.
They think they're
The Vice
so
President is
secure.
right. Competence is crucially important. But her own boss has trouble getting up the stairs and can't seem to find a way on the stage. His frequent verbal and physical stumbles are the subject of both comedy and concern. Most people responded with laughter and derision, for example, when First Lady Jill Biden said this about it.
I see Joe every day. I see him out, traveling around this country. I see his vigor. I see his energy.
To those who say I can't vote for Joe Biden, he's too old. What do you say?
I say his age is an asset.
No distraction.
Energy and vigor. Not quite what I'm seeing. You can make a plausible case for wise and old statesman with a firm hand on the tiller, but campaigning on that vigor may well fast-track
Spike down
Trump,
B.
who does have a lot of vigor.
Last player standing.
77 Trump's no spring chicken himself, but with his diet-defying swagger and showmanship, most people on his side seem to be believing he says things like this.
I feel like I'm about 35 years old. I actually feel better now than I did 30 years ago.
Match
Tell me,
point.
is that crazy?
I'll do my job. You do yours.
And I think Todd did objectively, I'm better than I was 20 years ago. I don't know why.
That is a slightly more debatable subject, Mr. Trump, but a whopping 77% of Americans, both Republican and Democrats, believe that Biden is simply too old to run the country. Almost 70% think he's mismanaged the crisis at the southern border. There's 13% saying they're financially better off on his watch. At this stage of his term, he's the least popular US president in recorded history. And this stuff matters. Politics is almost hysterically polarized to the rest of us outside America. Most votes are in fact persuading white working class voters ditched the Democrats to Donald Trump twice in 2016. Now more and more Hispanic and black voters are shifting to Republicans too. Biden says he's the only man who's ever beaten Trump, but that's true. Right now, the angels can lose to Trump in November.
Last player standing.
Superpac here in Studio New York, co-host of the Breakfast Club, Charlotte Begin. Host of the Rubin Report, Dave Rubin, and the Democrat strategist at Fox News contributor Jessica Tarr. I can hear her lips pursing as I read that I can feel them pursing.
I saw you temper and whoever put it in the was harsher than you.
I can feel the pursing. I was reading back in real time. Let me start with you, Jessica, because I like Joe Biden personally.
Yeah. Defenders win.
Very admirable qualities as a human being. His own story, you know, the fact he lost his wife and a baby when he was just a senator. He then lost another son. Anyone that can do that and still do the job he's doing will always have my admiration. But there is no doubt he is in real trouble here. Is there any doubt? I mean, can you paint a picture that isn't as grim as the one I painted?
Oh, I definitely can do that. But I've been preparing for 3.5 minutes. I'm not going to start by denying that the age factor is massive in all of this. And I think that people's concerns as well about Kamala Harris and her readiness to take over informs that. If there was a hugely popular vice president kind of waiting in the wings, I think things might feel a bit different for people. But 81 is 81. There are some 81-year-olds. We all watch Warren Buffett, right?
Mick Jagger is 80.
Yes.
Nearly 81.
He would have a different kind of agenda for the country. But yes, he does.
I'd be quite a popular one.
I wouldn't hate it. But there is a problem going on right now with media coverage of the Biden presidency, and there are problems with the Biden campaign.
What are the problems?
Match found.
I'll start with media coverage. Everybody knows now that you want to print stories that get clicks, and negative stories are the ones that do it. Even people who are huge supporters of the president focus on all the polls that are negative.
Hey, what do we got here?
These are counterfeit documents that were confiscated from a Nazi spy during World War II, allegedly from the OSS.
Where in the world did you get these?
My grandfather was a really big World War II collector.
Okay. Your grandfather wasn't a Nazi spy?
I'm at the pawn shop today to try to sell my counterfeit documents that I inherited from my grandfather that were confiscated from a World War II Nazi. My grandfather had an extensive collection, and I understand a lot of the stuff in the collection was pretty valuable. They're really rare documents, and I think I should be able to make a good sale today. I'm hoping to get about $8,000.
I'm like super intrigued. OSS was like the precursor to the CIA, right? Yeah, so believe it or not, we did not have an actual spy service before World War II. So Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the president, and a guy named William Donovan got together and created the OSS, the Office of Strategic Services. And then, right before the war ended, Franklin Roosevelt died. Truman became president. And after the war, Truman didn't want to spend the money on a spy service. We didn't need any more. He was going like, well, the
These cowards aren't ready for me.
The Chinese are our friends.
No one ever is.
We're all friends now. The war's over. You know, we very quickly realized within a couple of years, the Russians aren't exactly our friends. The Chinese aren't our friends. So there's a lot of other bad people in the world. We need a real spy service. Truman gathered up everybody that did work for the OSS and says, hey, you guys want to come and work for the CIA? And that's how the CIA was born.
So I'm confused here. Do we have stuff from both sides? It looks like this is obviously German.
Well, this is German, but it's a copy of something that's German. And you have to understand a spy. A spy needs to look legit. When the Germans were counterfeiting all this stuff, they built 3 or 4 forms of ID in his pocket. Let's get him some receipts in his pocket.
Yeah.
So I think this is like possibly counterfeit documents from the Germans. So how much did you want for these?
I was hoping for $8,000.
All right, you want me to call somebody?
I've read a lot about espionage espionage tactics of World War II. So this is something I know about. I'll give you 4,000.
How do you know that the fake stuff is actual real fake stuff?
You know what? Just I got this.
Out of charges.
Would you take 4,000?
Blinding.
Oh, I was hoping for a little bit more. How about 6?
I'd pay you 5,000.
Reloading. Sounds good.
5,000.
Thanks.
We want to go right about this.
One enemy remaining.
Fake stuff that might be real fake stuff that still is fake.
Yeah, something like that. Come on. Wow.
Scanning ahead.
Are you ready?
Last player standing.
Rob?
I am Rob. Welcome to CIA.
I don't agree.
Pretty impressive. Well, I have some documents
Stay on
I
their
think
trail.
are associated with the OSS. I'd love you to take a look at them. So, where did they search me and where do we go?
Come on, I'll show you how to get it.
This is like super official right here.
Absolutely. My name is Robert Byer. I'm the director and curator of CIA Museum. I got a call about Rick, who's interested in learning more about some artifacts from World War II. I think I might be the person to help him because the Office of Strategic Services is a big part of our history. We know all about how the OSS created the foundation that will become the CIA. So what do you got for me?
Okay, so these are them.
Take flight.
I believe these are counterfeit IDs, and I think some of this stuff is counterfeit by the Germans. Maybe the Americans were working on stuff, and it all ended up in the hands of OSS agents.
That's a pretty good guess. So if these were actually captured off of the German spies, the FBI would have wanted some way to find out if these were documents or they were forgeries. Perhaps the Germans were producing these and OSS overran a production facility, found them, and that's how they were able to get them into their hands.
Okay. So can you authenticate this stuff?
They look very real, but as a government official, I can't authenticate these artifacts. But the head of the OSS Research and Development Program, a guy named Stanley Lovell, created a scrapbook highlighting all the best counterfeit items that the OSS
30
did
seconds left.
during World War II.
That's really cool.
For instance, look at this. There's certificates, all sort of similar to here. You've got a registration certificate. Alright, so these are the type of pocket litter, as it's called, that you would want to have in order to make it look like you really belong there.
They had to have hired some
One
artists.
enemy remaining.
Exactly. Counterfeiters, safecrackers. That type of person was going to be very valuable for someone who's going to go overseas and be able to do these secret missions.
That's incredible. So, at this point, I'm pretty secure in my feeling that this was counterfeit stuff from the bad guys.
Hey, what's going on, man? These are 8 different parchments signed by different presidents following the career of one soldier from second lieutenant to brigadier general.
Okay. So basically you have some guy's military career, and this is all of his promotions, certificates, or whatever he had.
We have all its medals here also.
And we have Lieutenant Colonel.
That was under Theodore Roosevelt, along with William Taft being Secretary of War.
Yeah, that's a big wow factor right there.
I came to the pawn shop today to try and sell my military documents that have been signed by different presidents. I'm looking to get at least 10 to 12,000. I am getting married next summer, and we need to finance this.
Who is this guy?
This was Lorenzo W.
Flash out!
Second lieutenant in 1866. Andrew Johnson was president. Some people consider him the worst president in United States history. And we have Grant in 68. It wasn't Grant like a complete alcoholic or something. Oh yeah, he smoked like 20 cigars a day. And, at least a quarter.
My ult's ready.
But he was a really good president. Now, you just have a lot of paperwork here.
Yeah,
this one's named Chester A. Arthur.
Well divided.
92, so we have Benjamin Harrison. McKinley.
Enemy spotted A.
Theodore Roosevelt and Taft. This is Brigadier General.
Last player standing.
Pretty north of the ranks in the military. To actually get to the position of general is pretty rare. This is pretty incredible. There's only been 44 presidents. This guy has documents signed by 7.
Knocking them.
They seem to be all tied together to one soldier. which makes an interesting story that could be a big selling point for collectors. So how much you want for the stuff? I was thinking about 10 to 12,000. That's a lot of money.
Last round
Do you
before
mind
the
if I have someone
switch.
look at all of it?
Don't be.
Okay, not at all.
Spend it all before
Sometimes
it's gone.
secretaries decide their signature on there. I want to see which ones the president's actually signed, and she'll know. Okay? Okay. This is a tough one to price. I have a pretty good idea what presidential signatures go for, and most medals you can just look up in a book. But as a collection of this guy's entire life, we have something pretty unique here. I just want to know which one of these signatures are real and which aren't. Because, you know, I just know that presidents, a lot of these were signed by secretaries.
It is a question of what we call authorized forgeries, where a secretarial or stamp or something like that. And that's much more common in times of war when there are a lot of different missions. So let's take a look at these here and see if they're all authentic. All right, I'm going to pull out my little toy. One of my favorite things. Values, documents, all of those signatures. So if they're not real, we're looking at very...
Concealment!
This one's Benjamin Harrison, right?
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Insane.
Flawless.
Another thing that you have is the Secretary of War during Chester Arthur's presidency was Robert Todd Lincoln.
Switching sides.
That's the only one of Abraham Lincoln's children to survive to adulthood. So that is pretty interesting. Now, one of
I have a vintage guitar. It was custom made for my mother, okay? Peggy Heems, who was in our gang comedies.
Really? Cool. Well, yeah, it was our gang for years until it went on television, then it was The Little Rascal. Correct. And this was your mom's guitar?
Yes, it's a 100-foot Hein Gibson.
Sure this ain't a Peggy?
This guitar's been in the family for 75 years. A little piece of my heart would go with it, whoever was to buy it. Above 75,000 would definitely get me to part with the family heirloom.
When was she on The Little Rascals, our gang?
They were just forming it up in 1925. She won a contest with that trip to Hollywood to go and try out for our gang. So she got in with the our gang bunch while they were still doing silent. This was one of our gang movies, Seeing the World. She's right here.
Okay. Those are some pretty cool pictures. Our gang was one of the longest running film series in history. It appealed to people of all ages, even though it featured kids. Funny enough, to get the kids to remember their lines, the director used a trick. He would explain the scenes as carefully as he could, and then he would film the kids as they play acted their lines. So do you have any pictures with the guitar?
Yes.
Alright, there we go.
Here's where she started playing the guitar. When she got too old to be in our gang, she started doing stage acts, singing, dancing. She wanted a guitar to do her act. She went to Gibson. It's probably one of the first SJs, Super Jumbos, that Gibson made.
Really? Okay. The guitar's bigger than she is. So you know what year she bought the guitar?
We have had people look at this and say that it's a 1938.
I mean, literally, Gibson guitars, even from the beginning when the company was called Gibson Mandolins, they used the best woods, the best construction. You don't see a lot of pre-war Gibsons anymore, you just don't. Most of the ones bought were bought by professional musicians, and they beat them to death.
Yeah, when kids started arriving, it stayed the case pretty much.
I mean, it looks in absolutely great shape. You rarely see 75-year-old guitars because ones besides Gibsons would fall apart. Alright, so is this supposed to be your mom right here?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you want to do with it?
I'm looking for a value of 75,000.
Okay. A pre-war Gibson is a rare find. I mean, I paid as high as $90,000 for a Gibson here. And if this is a real 1938 Gibson Super Jumbo, it could be worth $8 down. Do you mind if I call somebody up and take a look at it?
That'd be very good.
Alright, we have someone at J. I'll be back. Okay. Old Gibsons from the 1930s can be incredibly valuable. And guitars owned by certain celebrities can be close to priceless. But since we're talking Peggy Heems and not Elvis Presley, I don't know how to price this.
Remaining.
We have a really early Gibson, potentially a 1938.
Wow. It's
Defenders
a really
win.
early one. Well, it's a 38. It's a Super Jumbo.
It's the first year that they made these. And it came to be one of Gibson's most famous guitars. Everybody has played and recorded with Super Jumbo, Neil Young, LaHoo. So to have a first year production, that's a big deal. The 38 Super Jumbo is one of the most iconic sounding guitars there are. It's loud. It had a really nice mellow low end to it. They even make a reissue of the 38 the first year because it's such a significant guitar. You mind if I pick it up and take a look at it?
Go ahead.
Cool. Back looks in good shape. It's all rosewood. No cracks on the back. It's a nice piece of maple. Looks like maybe on the neck there. You got maybe one crack right here. The biggest thing is if there is
Match found.
number on the inside of it, ink stamped in there. Well, yeah, this is 1938 for sure. It's got a D for the letter, and that was only used in 1938. So, all right, it's a Super Jumbo. That's super cool. The custom work on it, that makes it really cool. Who was she?
Peggy Eames, my mother, started out in the Our Gang Silence, and from there she went into vaudeville when she outgrew Our Gang.
That is awesome. Our Gang was great, but she's not super well known. You guys have any other concerns with the guitar? Or?
No, I think he covered everything except that one big one. What's it worth?
Well, without that custom work on it, in this condition, this is probably a $40,000 guitar. The custom stuff on it takes it into a different realm. So you have a first-year guitar with custom stuff on it. This could possibly be 65, maybe even 70 grand for this guitar.
Yeah, okay. It's a little lower than I'm anticipating.
Getting almost double what a stock one is pretty good.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling me in on this one. This one's rad.
All right, thanks, man.
You know, at 38, this is only the second one of these I've ever seen in my life. It's really cool to get to hold one in my hands, not just looking at it on the pages of a book. An amazing instrument.
I'll give you $45,000 for the guitar. Well, my intention was that the money would be used as a down payment on like a getaway.
First of all, hi Didier, my name is Arek, I'm from Armenia. And can I ask 2 quick questions?
Yes, of course.
Okay, the first one, I want to know what is your favorite moment in your Chelsea career? In your long Chelsea career? That's the first question. And I'm going to ask the second after you answer it.
Okay, it's very difficult because I won so many trophies with Chelsea. And for me, all of them count. All of them. But I think the one everybody remembers is the Champions League final.
Against Bayern.
Against Bayern Munich. And yeah, that penalty. You remember that? Okay. And it was the first time that for Chelsea to win the Champions League. And it was the first time for me as well. So it's something that I will never forget, and that will Chelsea like this forever.
Okay, so on the second question, I'm a Barcelona fan. I really want to ask, do you to this day think that it was a robbery in 2009 in the Champions League semi-final?
Last player standing.
Like, don't you think that in the first leg, Chelsea had some questionable moments as well? For example, Yaya Toure getting sent off.
We move in. Got it?
I'll be done.
Go.
Yeah. Now, you know what? You have to understand one thing. When you play football, you are really excited and you want to win. And sometimes things are not going your way. You know, and you also learn in defeats. You know, it's not only when you win that you learn. You learn the most in defeat. And for us, it was very difficult because we played really great football for the past 3 or 4 months with Siddiq. It was an amazing momentum.
planted.
Something else, but you know you cannot.
President Tharman Shanmugaratnam says having an active foreign policy matters more to small nations like Singapore. This helps to ensure that national interests are best served amid global shifts. Mr. Tharman says he intends to be an active head of state, furthering Singapore's interests abroad.
Each garland in this garbage truck started as an offering to the gods.
Last player
After they're
standing.
used in worship, tons of them get dumped into rivers for the sea every day. Alongside other religious leftovers,
Move in after
like idols, immersed in waterways at yearly festivals. Now, a handful of startups are proving they can make money by turning flower waste into natural dyes, incense, and products sold by international brands. So far, these companies have together handled thousands of...
Every wheel of Dutch cheese starts in a vat.
This is the North Korea you know. This is the North Korea you've never seen. Stories you've never heard. Is that a legend or did that actually happen?
Our general is really a person
Spike down A.
sent to us.
One
Places
enemy remaining.
You've never been. People
Flawless.
with a common enemy. Who do you want to fight? To fight the sworn enemy. Americans. What if I told you I'm an American?
Last
You wanna shoot
round
me
in
too?
the half.
Unprecedented access.
Buy it all.
Hidden from the world until now. Come with me to the secret state inside North Korea. North Korea. A nation holding its nuclear sword over the U.S. and its allies, threatening to strike at any time. A society in a constant state of readiness.
Get out of my way.
Life on the inside is a mystery to the world. I've reported to North Korea more than a dozen times over the last few years. Each time, we open the door a little more. I can see this country and its people in unexpected ways. Just like this. Yep, even in North Korea, kids love video games.
Joke's over! You're dead!
15-year-olds.
I know exactly where.
This is practice for real life. Most of these boys, and a lot of girls, spend their first years in adulthood serving in the
One enemy remaining.
just like their parents and grandparents before them. What do you like about this game? Killing the enemy. Hitting the enemy. Who's
30
the enemy?
seconds left. Hey.
America. This hatred of Americans stems from the Korean War. North Korea
Switching
contradicts Western
sides.
historians, saying that America started and killed billions of civilians and divided the Korean Peninsula.
Go, go, go.
Who do you want to fight? You fight the sworn enemy, Americans. What did they teach you about Americans in school?
They forcibly invaded us, slaughtered our people, buried them alive and killed them.
So they teach you that the Americans are the enemy and you need to shoot them to fight them?
Yes.
Here's where things get awkward. What if I told you I'm an American? Do you want to shoot me too?
Yes. There are good people. We'll see if you're a good person or a bad person.
I'm a good American. Shoot me.
Enemy spotted.
No, I won't shoot. This is the paradox of North Korea. Smiling young people, friendly, polite, even as they tell me how much they hate the United States. From their earliest years, these children are told
Last
that
player
America
standing.
could attack at
Spike
any
down
time.
B.
Told they must prepare for the next war. In North Korea, government minors watch our every move and restrict what we can film, even if this is what we want to see. High school students horsing around at the beach. I
can't help but wonder, what do they actually know about America?
Are you in a pipe man? I didn't know. No, I just wear it to play sports.
Have you ever heard of Portland?
Haven't heard of it.
Have you ever seen any American movies or heard any American music?
No.
Ever heard of Facebook or Twitter or Instagram?
No, not at all.
These teens have been told Americans act and look scary. What would you expect from an American? What would you expect an American to be like?
Shutting them down. Big nose with a hairy chest.
Big nose and hairy chest, huh? Well, I don't have a hairy chest. Can you tell me do I have a big nose?
With a nose like that, it is sort of.
Have you guys ever met an American? They become physically uncomfortable when I'm an American. I'm the first one they've ever met. Well, I won't interrupt your game any longer. Thank you very much. It was nice to meet you guys. Next, our government minders want us to see this place. The Songdo-wan International Children's Camp in Wonsan, considered the best in North Korea. Entire school classes compete for a chance to spend 2 weeks at camp. Many of these kids have never seen anything like it. But this is something they know well. The first thing you see when you walk into this camp, this statue. Everything here, just like everywhere else in North Korea, centers around the leaders. These children have been taught a fierce loyalty to their nation's leaders, all members of the Kim family. Names and statues are everywhere. Songs of praise are staples.
Catch your breath. Not that I need to equip.
Even at this birthday party, students sing about the leaders.
He gives us more love than even our parents can give.
Why do you consider your leader Kim Jong-un like your father?
He's affectionate and more caring than my own parents. He gives us more love than even our parents can give.
Phoenix.
Che Jin-song, who just turned 14, says his own parents can't afford to give him a meal like this. Many of North Korea's 5 million children come from towns and villages where basics, electricity, water, nutritious food are not always available.
I declare I will become a true member of the Children's Union who studies better in order to repay the love of respected leader Kim Jong-un.
These young people are the future of North Korea.
Go, go,
An
go.
entire generation brought up to worship their supreme leader. No skepticism, no
I'm out
dissent,
of here.
no questions. Only loyalty and life.
Last player standing.
I'm out of here.
Our government minders are taking us from North Korea's
enemy
capital,
remaining.
Pyongyang, to the coastal city of Wonsan. Our 125-mile journey on this bumpy road.
Take this. Go, go, go. Shocking. Go, go, go. I'm out of here.
Match point.
Ugh, I'm over them.
All the movies were published. And a guy I'm friends with, was working on one of a small movie we had made in Vancouver, and the payroll things was published, and
I'll handle this. Much more
Jürgen Klopp and Liverpool's king to the top are champions of Europe once again.
One suppressed. Grenade out. Flash. Obstacles removed.
Get out of my way.
Adrian! Like Rocky!
Take this.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Much more
Jürgen Klopp and Liverpool's king
So I saved cutting through. Yeah.
Sudden death.
I'll pick some apart. You clean up whatever's left.
Sorry! Adrian! Like Rocky! We have to use Anfield one more time, man. So, we're calling Anfield, actually. The champions of England again at last are Liverpool.
I'm out of here.
Very romantic voice, by the way. Translator. Again, please.
Shutting them down. Decoy.
The hunt begins.
Coming through. There we go.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
What was this? This was really good.
Defenders win.
Welcome along, everybody, to the EA Sports FC 24. As you may have heard, an Alaska Airlines flight had to make an emergency landing after a cabin door broke off.
Here at Alaska, safety is our #1 concern.
What? You gotta admit, look pretty cool. Plane flying around, no door.
You know, everyone's screaming, cell phones.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che. I'm Colin Jost. Well, guys, it's 2024, but is it? I don't know about you, but when I think of the year 2020, I never think we should run that one back. And if you're...
Hi, I'm Dakota Johnson, and I'm hosting SNL this week with Justin Timberlake. I don't know about you guys, but I'm planning